Jesse, Pratima, Rashmi, so many people. Very nice to see all of you. Namaste. Okay, we will record. We'll call it something. Svetashvatara with today's date, okay? ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ Can anyone tell me where uh, we had yeah, I tapped it, Andrew. Now it is all right. Can someone tell me where we had stopped? 4:10? No. Really? That far? Someone else who's been following this? Now let me look at 4:10. I'm still in 3. I thought we were in 3 because the one that I looked at, yeah, this one is, yeah, we have entered the 4th one. No wonder it was looking so familiar. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, we have also finished 12. We finished 12. Did we not finish number 12? Yo Devanam. Okay, yeah, okay. Today we'll start 12 then because the consensus is that we have stopped at 10. So 11th one we are going to skip because that's what we have been doing. Some of the ones that expand whatever we have done, we just are skipping that. And so, yeah, this is a very nice one. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I could not find the connection. I looked at the last Svetashvatara that I could get a hold on live stream, and it was in 3 something. So I was still thinking that we were in 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm having trouble following getting the correct what's its name? Yeah, there are still some issues. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. So is the Shvetashvatara here in the text? Yes. Yeah. If you look under the current class text, you will find Shvetashvatara Upanishad 127 KB. So those of you who are joining us today for the first time, please download that and you can follow along. And we are going to chant now 4:12, and we are going to, you know, We are going to start from there. 410 we have done. Yeah. Mayantu prakritim vidyat mayinam cha maheshwaram tasya avayavabhutaihi tu vyaptam sarvamidam jagat. And then the next one is actually expanding on that. We have actually covered that without really covering the verse. So then we'll now take the 412. Okay? Yeah. You can chant along with me. यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं पश्यत जायमानं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तु यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं पश्यत जायमानं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया samyunaktu. Very nice. So, yaha, we'll see the meaning first. Yaha devanam prabhavah cha udbhavah cha. You know, devanam here has many meanings. One is yaha, the one who. The one who what? Devanam prabhavah and devanam udbhavah cha, the one who is what? The one who is okay, something happened. Now we are back. The one who is the prabhava means the source. Prakarshena bhavati iti prabhavaha. So the one who is the source. And the source of what? Devas. Deva here has many meanings. First meaning is Dyotanatma, that which is in the form of the effulgent one. So the one who is the source of all effulgent ones. You know, how many effulgent ones are there? You know, starting with radioactive isotopes. How many can we count? You know, effulgent ones. You know, so that's why we have to be very careful in ascertaining the meaning here. So effulgent one doesn't mean anything that's giving off a shine, whether the shine is a self shine or the shine is, you know, because of an indirect shine, like a disco ball shines because there is some source of light that is lighting up the ball. So here it's not that effulgent ones have to be, you know, we can't take them literally. So effulgent one means the sense organs, because the sense organs are always shining. The ears are looking for sounds here, the eyes are, you know, craving and discerning form and all kinds of color, and the nose is looking for pakoras. Smell of hot pakoras on a cold day, you know, and then the you know, the sense of touch is discerning all kinds of, you know, like a rough surface like the bark of a tree or a soft velvety touch of a flower, a petal. So like this, you know, all, and the taste, let's not forget the tongue. The tongue is, you know, looking for restaurants. The tongue is looking for world cuisine. Yes. And that's why these what is that called, food areas in the malls are very popular, because you can find like the world cuisine right at the fingertip, right there. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about parking, you don't have to drive, you don't have to make booking, nothing. You just go plonk yourself there and then you can get anything you want in that food plaza in the mall. And so like this, the tongue is looking for restaurants. So they are the effulgent ones because when they contact the sparshaha, means the sense objects. So the indriyas, you know, the indriyas light up the sparshas. The indriyas are lit by what? This yaha, that yaha, which is there in the beginning of the sentence, is lighting up the indriyas, the one who lights up the indriyas. Because the indriyas, the sense organs, they don't know what to do. Otherwise, I mean, we saw this in detail in our year-end camp in the Kenoparishad, and so that's why the eyes of a dead person cannot see. Sometimes, people die with the eyes open and you go like this, there's nothing happening, no sight is happening. And you go like this, and they don't hear. And so this way, this is the reason the sense organs are called devas, because that they shine in borrowed effulgence, borrowed from Bhagavan. I mean, that's just a baby Vedantin's way of expressing it, borrowed from Bhagavan. But actually it is what? It is the manifestation of Bhagavan in the form of what? The sense organs. In the form of the sense organs, the Bhagavan's effulgence is coming out through the aperture of the sense organs. So Devanam Prabhavaha, Deva here means first meaning the sense organs. So Prabhavaha, the source of the sense organs. Udbhavaha here means, because it's the same thing, Prabhava, the word is bhu, to be, and you add pra, and the word is bhava, from bhu, to be. Bhava means being, and so Prabhava means the special way of coming to being. And Bhava, ut again means like something upward. The prefix ut is something upward. It gives the sense of upward. Like in the 6th chapter, we have a verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Uddharet, haret, urdhvam haret, uddharet atmana atmanam. So urdhvam means upward, haret, lift yourself. Lift the mind and and all these things. Uplift yourself from the doldrums and from the kind of an undisciplined life, counsels the Bhagavad Gita, counsels Lord Krishna in the 6th chapter. And so therefore the prefix ut has kind of an upward thing, upward sense. And pra, the prefix pra has a kind of a special sense about it. So in the sense of a special coming into being, and we'll shortly see what that is. Udbhava means upward being, means what? Supporting the universe or supporting the sense organs. So it's not just enough to light up the sense organ, but it is, Bhagavan's presence continues. Bhagavan doesn't just light up the sense organ and goes away. Bhagavan continues in that which the sense organ contacts. He's also not separate from Bhagavan, and that that which the information is brought back is also not separate from Bhagavan. The karana used, the means of knowing, pramana, is also not separate from Bhagavan. So in fact, the whole thing is a wonderful expression of Bhagavan. This is what the whole understanding is. And so yaha devanam prabhavaha and udbhavaha cha. So if we look at the first meaning, the sense organs are brought into being by the presence of Bhagavan. So in the sense that Bhagavan crafted the golakas, the apertures themselves, and has filled up the apertures with the physical anatomical details of all the sense organs. So all the details are there, So there is the inner ear, there is the outer ear, there is the eardrum, ear wax. It protects the eardrum. And there is the eye, and then there is the iris and the retina and all these things, and like this, the tongue and so many taste buds and all, So it's a very intelligently crafted, series of organs. And these organs, the physical anatomical details, are just perfect. In fact, they are infallible. And Bhagavan, that which is infallible is an expression of Bhagavan. And Bhagavan herself, because we saw Mayantu Prakritim Vidyat Mayanam tu Maheshwaram. And so this combination of Maya and Maheshwara, a very, very potent combination. Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. there is this Maya Panchakam which says a quintet in the honor of Maya, and it says that she who makes the impossible possible, she who makes the non-existent existent is called Maya. This is what it is. And so here, that Shakti which is in the form of Bhagavan, and this Shakti, what is this Shakti doing? This Shakti is, is emanating through the various sense organs. And prior to that, that Shakti itself has crafted the sense organs. That's the thing we have to understand. The Shakti has crafted the sense organs, and the Shakti is also now responsible for the functioning of the sense organs. That's why we have Prabhava and Udbhava simultaneously. Prabhava, the source of the sense organs, and then Udbhava, the one that supports the sense organs functioning, in various areas or arenas that they are supposed to function in. I mean, it looks like this is an extension of the Kenopanishad. Kena ishitam patati preshitam manaha kena pranaha, praiti kena ishitam vacham imam vadanti chakshushrotram kau devo yunakti. That deva. That is what, there is also the word deva there. Same thing. This is a beautiful way in which all the Upanishads, the message of the Upanishads dovetail together. Very lovely. Each one speaks to the other, and there is no internal contradiction and there is no external contradiction either. So there, which effulgent being, engages all these sense organs into their various sense objects, and which effulgent being arranges these sense organs in such a way that the knowledge happens. So the focus again is on knowing. It's a knowing being. It is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So this Jnanam is in the form of the, knowing sense organs. So the being is Prakarshena Udbhavaha, and the knowing here is, so Prakarshena Bhavati, and then Udbhava is the knowing. In the form of the knowing, the being is existing. It's a knowing being. Yeah, this is what it is. And so the first meaning of Deva is the sense organs. So the sense organs and that which helps the jiva, the jivas to process the jagat. How is the jagat processed by the jiva? By the mind, that's also a sense organ, and by the eyes, by the nose. So this is how we process the jagat. So the jagat is taken in through various apertures, and those apertures, we saw it in the third chapter, Navadvare Pure Dehi. So those apertures have a power. First of all, they are anatomically correct and infallible. Even if the ear is not functioning, that is also infallible. Why? Because that disorder is within another order, usually the karmic order. Yeah. So therefore what? So therefore this Prabhava and Udbhava taken together is very beautiful. So Prabhava, the anatomical details that constitutes the various devas here, the effulgent sense organs that are capable, that are blessed with the capacity of knowing the things in which, wherever their expertise lies. Udbhava, the one that supports the functioning of the sense organs, and the one that is behind the sense organs contacting the sense objects. And Udbhava also means the one that is supporting without becoming that very thing. So this is the first meaning. Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha. And and then what? And then the second meaning of the word deva is in the form of the adhisthana devatas of the sense organs. That's why it's in plural. Yeah. The adhisthana devata of the sense organ means the sense organs, have a, seen from the collective standpoint, they have a certain, deity, like a deity. You can take it like a deity because this Bhagavan is everywhere. We can invoke Bhagavan from the Adhyatmika perspective. Adhyatmika means from the standpoint of the ear. The ear is non-separate from Bhagavan. The ear is blessed with the power of hearing, non-separate from Bhagavan. So this Deva in the form of the ear is blessed with the ability to hear and the ability to catch the sound, etc., etc., whatever it is, certain decibels, all this, that is called, looking at this, the word Deva from the Adhyatmika standpoint, from the standpoint of one's own body, mind, sense complex, from the individual standpoint. Then we look at the word Deva from the collective standpoint. And from the collective standpoint, we get another piece of, puzzle here, very beautifully, connecting. So how does Deva look like from the collective standpoint? Collective here, Adhibhautikam, from the standpoint of from one's surroundings, from the collective standpoints. Now we are not looking at one ear. What are we looking at? All ears. Yeah, all ears. So now that's giving the expression, I am all ears, a very new meaning. Yeah, very new meaning. And so from the standpoint of all ears, from the standpoint of all eyes, that law which makes the eyes eyes, whether the eyes are on a goat or whether the eyes are on a lizard or whether the eyes are on a snake or a bird, they function in a certain way. There is a law that connects all eyes and all ears, capable of making them see, capable of making them hear. Of course, the decibels vary and the eyesight varies. It doesn't matter. Like that. What is that called? That ant. There is one, not ant eater. There is one in Georgia. There is that one scaly little animal. Anybody knows that name? One scaly little short animal is there, and I've forgotten the name of it. But that, it's got a little tail and it has no. Yeah, thank you, Shivani. Oh, there you are. Very nice. So that armadillo, correct, Lori? Yes. So yeah, not possum, armadillo. And this armadillo is, is a small little animal, scaly because it's not very good at protecting itself. So Bhagavan gives the ability to protect itself by these scales. And then the other wonderful thing, I looked at it closely and I read about it, and this is what I found out, is that it has virtually no eyesight. Very little it can see, and it can see very close. And if you are, even if you stand in front of it and wave, it will not run away because it cannot even see you properly, And why does it have such poor eyesight? Because it has scales. So nobody will come near, And so that's one thing. And then the intelligence is so wonderful because it lives off certain, things that it finds in the tree roots, little organisms or the roots themselves. I forgot what it eats, but it needs the capacity to look closely at what it is eating and to dig into the roots. And so therefore it is extremely myopic. One of the most myopic creatures is the armadillo, but there is that intelligence. That is Deva here, because that Deva here, the second meaning, the collective Adhisthana Devata, the presiding deity of all eyes, all ears, all senses, all minds. There is a certain law there. There is a certain law. And same thing, that's why we can say, Namaste Vayu, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Oh Vayu, Vayu is Adi Bhautikam. It is invoked as a Devata, as that the presiding deity of everything that, moves everything that is, all kinds of winds, all kinds of, wherever there is air, Vayu is invoked. And Vayu is invoked now when first I say Namaste Vayu. You are Pratyaksha, you are Sakshat Brahma, you are Brahman to me, you are an expression of Brahman to me. And then if you take a deep breath, what happens? That Vayu becomes Prano Vai Ishvaraha. Yeah. Sarvam Otap Protham, in that which is, this is all the functions of the body and mind are dependent on the prana. So you take the air which is Adhibhautika inward, and then what happens? It becomes Adhyatmika, it becomes one's own air. One's own air is called prana. So it becomes the life force. So you see there is a connection. So that which is individual prana, that which is abundantly surrounding us, that same prana gets the name Vayu from the collective standpoint. So here the name doesn't change. Deva, individual eyes, ears, sense of smell, etc. And then what? Then you have the second meaning of the word Deva from the collective standpoint, the law of all things ears, the law of everything that's an eye, everything that's a tongue, that is what the whole thing is. This is Adhibhautika. And then how is the individual capacity to hear, etc., connected with the collective? There is that connection. What is the connection between Vayu and me inhaling it and it becoming prana, and me exhaling it and it becomes Vayu again? What is the connection? Connection again is very, 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 very subtle and extremely clear, because that is that is what is referred to by the word Yaha. That Yaha which is going to be revealed as Vishwadhipaha, Vishwasya Adhipaha. Adhipaha means the Lord, Adhipati. Yeah. So the one who is, Vishwasya, the one who is the Lord of the Jagat. Adhipati, the Lord of the Jagat, that is the one referred to as who, the one who, Yaha. So that one is Adhidaivikam. That which cannot be said Devanam, there is no pluralization there. That is, not one, not two, not many, and non-dual. That is what it is. And that one is the one that is manifest as the law that governs all ears, Deva, and all eyes, etc., all the sense organs, and that one is also manifest as the individual sense organ and as that which supports the individual sense organs. Got it? Say yes. So we can move on. So this is what it is. This is extremely beautiful, because when we look at it from the standpoint of the law that connects the individual to the collective, you sense the presence of Bhagavan. From the standpoint of the individual, the eyes, etc., are nothing but that knowing being who's operating through the eyes, just like when you cover a lamp with a clay, a pot which has 4 or 5 holes, then you see the light streaming through the holes. And the holes, the light is not the property of the covering pot, the light is the property of that single lamp. Similarly here, that single source of effulgence, Prabhavaha, which, morphs into the supporting functions of the eyes, ears, etc., when they contact their various sense objects, Udbhavaha, of the individual devas, the effulgent ones, the senses, which also manifests collectively as the deva, the presiding deities of those various senses. And here the presiding deities, a little more detail on them, because it is very beautiful how it is connected. See, the presiding deities we have, that's why Bhagavan, we can have many, many, many forms of Bhagavan, We don't have to just stick with, what is it, 33 crores. This is what they say about the Hindu tradition. There are 33 crores of manifestations of the Lord. And so why 33 crores? We can have 100 crores also, no problem for us. No problem. And this is very interesting. In the African tradition, I was talking to some indigenous healers, and they said that there is, there are certain manifestations of the Lord they worship, and they always say +1, meaning there may be something else we yet don't know. So they always say this +1, and that +1 is always anonymous because we don't know what that is. Very beautiful. Same thing. Same thing here. So we have a plethora of manifestations of that same Yaha, that singular Yaha, the one who is manifest as the anatomical correctness and the intelligence with which the sense organs are crafted. And here is the Maya Upadhi, the Prakriti, which is talked about. And the one that allows the intelligence to flow through those anatomically infallible organs for the knowledge to take place, which is Udbhava. So Prabhava and Udbhava, the source of the individual sense organs, and the individual sense organs are connected to the collective law of the expression of how the sense organs should work through the 5 elements. Very nice, because the 5 elements are the Prathamajas, and Prathamaja means the firstborn. Yeah, firstborn usually is Hiranyagarbha, the potential to, the potential to create. Dottie is not here, otherwise she would get very excited. She loves the word Hiranyagarbha, and so this is the potential. That creative potential is called Prathamaja, but the 5 elements also can be called Prathamaja because they are the first creations. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akashas sambhutah akashad vayuh vayoragnihi agnerapah adbhyah prithvi prithivya oshadhayah oshadhibhyonnam annat purushah. Like this. So this is the whole chain. Tasmad etasmad atmanah. From this atma alone the space has come. From space what has come? Air has come. So from the subtlest to the grossest we have a krama, an order of the manifestation of the 5 elements. So from the subtlest means, again, the reference point is always I. From how difficult it is to discern and objectify. This is the whole thing. So the space is objectified by how? By one sense organ, the ears, correct? Yeah. So then this is because the sound occurs in space. If there is no space, there cannot be sound. So the ears, are the only ones that can discern space. Then Vayu. Then Vayu, again, 2 sense organs can discern. So you can feel the air, and then what else? What's the other one? You can feel the air. You can't see it, but you can hear it. You can hear the wind and touch the wind, so to speak. Especially if you have wet hands and you go like this, you can feel the air. Then Vayoho Agnihi. So in addition to hearing and touching, you can also see the fire. Agni means fire. And then, Agner Apaha, the waters, are crafted from fire. And so the water is also a 4th sense organ is involved. You can taste the water. That taste is the taste of water. And then finally, Adbhyaha Prithivi. Prithivi means the earth. The earth has come from the waters, and the earth is the grossest because it is available for objectification with all the 5 sense organs. All 5 sense organs objectify the earth. And so this is something very, very beautiful. It is really wonderful. And so these are the ways in which we can, the individual devatas in the form of the sense organs are connected to that collective adhishthana devata. So then it becomes very clear what is the role of these presiding deities, so to speak. So the presiding deity of ears is the directions. Directions means the space. Dig Devata. All the directions means the directions symbolize space. And then any disturbance in the ear, you can invoke the Dik Devatas as the Adhisthana Devatas of the ear, and then you can, pray for that affliction of the ear to go away. It becomes a very beautiful, a sophisticated way of praying to Bhagavan from the standpoint of the one who presides over sound, which is, who presides over space, who presides over sound, who presides over all ears. It's very nice. And for the eyes, it is sun. And sometimes there are two Adhisthana Devatas governing each organ. So the sun here, ball of fire, or even Agni, but Agni in the form of sun. And so that any kind of, something happens, like a eye disturbance, one is asked to chant a chant called Aditya Hridayam. Aditya Hridayam is a chant, is a pep talk given by the sage Vasishtha to Lord Rama, who was, because the Lord was in a human body, was projecting a certain fear of fighting this war. Not fear, a little diffidence, lack of confidence. And so then in this powerful 33, 32 verses, it is Aditya Hridayam, the sage gives him a pep talk. And it is Aditya, it is the presiding deity is Aditya, the sun, because the sun, when you look at the sun, you get a lot of courage, and so the sun is a symbol of courage, and then the sun is also a symbol of being able to see, because one can see in the light of the sun. That's why the sun or the fire becomes the guiding deity of the eyes. Very beautiful. So the guiding deity of the eyes is the sun. Because in the presence of the sun, in the presence of light, and sun is the original form of light, in the presence of light, sight takes place. Otherwise, sight cannot take place. You can have 20/20 vision, but if you are in pitch dark, what you can see? Nothing, And so the sight, for that sight to take place, the sun. And so if there are any eye disturbances, please Google, find out Aditya Hridayam, and you chant that. Yeah. Any kind of, whether it's an acute disturbance, like sometimes you get this red eye, pink eye, whatever it is, or it could be a chronic disturbance, inability to see or constant eye issues, you please chant Aditya Hridayam. Very beautiful. And then it works, it really works. And then we have the tongue, the tongue is the fire. Fire is also the presiding deity of the tongue, fiery speech. And so like this, and for the, so various, the vasus, and like this, all these things, we have Adhisthana Devatas for all the sense organs, which have to do with the, which are connected somehow to the five elements. And the five elements are intimately connected to the sense organs, because the five elements being inert, they find their being only because they are objectified by the sense organs. Very, very, very nice. So that's how the Adhyatmika and the Adi Bhautika are connected. And the law that connects the Adhyatmika and the Adi Bhautika is the one that is referred to as Yaha Devanam Prabhavascha Udbhavascha. And who is this Yaha is given in the second line. Let us look at that. Where is that second line? Yeah. Vishwadhipaha Rudro Maharshihi. Rudro Maharshihi and Vishwadhipaha. Vishwasya Adhipaha. Very simple, simple, I was going to say English, no, Sanskrit. Simple Sanskrit. Vishwadhipaha. The one that is the Adhipa, the Adhipati of the whole Jagat. Yeah, the one who is both in the form of Vishwa. Vishwa means the individual waker, and Virat, the manifest universe, to which the waker always connects, and in connection to which the waker uh, identifies herself or himself as Karta and Bhokta. So that which makes the individual waking state, for the person inhabiting the individual waking state, into a doer and the experiencer of the doings of the karma phala, is what? Is this Virat, is this whole Jagat that is manifest. That is what is called Vishwadhipaha. So the one who is the Lord of the Jagat, the Lord of the body, mind, sense complex, the Lord of the sense organs, and the Lord of their functioning as well as they fall into various sense objects and identify them. And so that Lord here is called Vishwadhipaha. So the one who is not outside the universe. Oh, then the Lord is inside the universe? No, the Lord is not neither outside the universe. The Lord is neither inside the universe. In fact, there is no space, there is no time that separates the Lord from the universe. Space is Bhagavan, time is Bhagavan, everything is Bhagavan, the in between is Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan. And so that Lord which is manifest as the Jagat, but not in the sense that the atta is manifest as chapati. Atta means the flour is manifest as pizza, as the pizza dough. After you get the pizza dough flattened out and you roll it out, you cannot then have your wheat flour back, because the wheat flour has become pizza dough. So here the Lord has not become a chapati, Jagat chapati. No, not really, because that's why Prabhava. The word Prabhava means a still way of being, which is Vivarta, Vividham Vartate, Vibhuhu, Vividham Bhavati. It as though takes on the form of many without under itself always is not two, not one only. It is only by itself everything, non-dually one. And then what? It is not, it does not become the universe. So that's why Vishwadhipaha, that which is immanent in the form of the sense organs, in the form of the sense objects, in the form of that which connects the sense organs to the sense objects, the five elements, etc. The laws, it is all that, but it is uniquely itself Vishwadhipaha, that which presides over the Jagat, without getting into the, without identifying with the sense organs. Otherwise, there would be nobody more sad than Bhagavan. Think of so many people having eye problems, ear problems, cataract, and so many disturbances, etc. Think of all those people, and if Bhagavan identified with everything and became all of them, Bhagavan would be a very, very sad being. But Bhagavan is connected and as though connected and essentially unconnected. That is why the word Prabhava and Udbhava, the one who supports without becoming that thing, Vishwadhipaha. And who is that? Maharshihi. Here, Maharshi doesn't mean sage. Rishati, Janati. We have to take the, what's its name? The Vyutpatti Artha. Vyutpatti Artha means the grammatical meaning of Rishati. Rishati means the one who knows. Maharshihi here means the one who is all-knowing. The one who sees everything, the one who is all-knowing. Here Maharshi doesn't mean great sage. That would be the literal translation. And here we have to look at that, which is, we have to look at the Maharshi here is the Rudhi Artha, the colloquial meaning, but we have to look at the literal translation here. Rishati Janati iti Rishihi. Mahancha asau Rishihi cha Maharshihi. So we'll take Maharshi first. So Maharshi means the one who is the seer and the knower of everything. So the one who knows everything. the all-knowing one who is the presider of the universe, but then not a presider from the sense of being away from everything. A presider that is both immanent and transcendent. Immanent in the sense of the intelligence behind the sense organs, and the presence behind the sense organs, that which is both the presence and the intelligence behind everything that exists, limitlessly so. It is limitlessly manifest as the limitless universe, but it is also in the form of its own self, which is Satchidananda, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Has not become the universe that inhabits, that it inhabits. It has not become the universe. And so this is a very nice paradox, and this paradox has to be understood, because this is what the Satyam and Mithya, this is the connection. In fact, there is no connection between Satyam and Mithya at all, really speaking. Adi Shankara says this, it's like having a relationship with your shadow. What kind of a relationship can a person have with his or her own shadow? No relationship is possible, because the shadow is, literally speaking, non-existent. And so, ultimately speaking, the so-called Jagat is what? Is just a projection, is non-separate from Bhagavan, so it doesn't have a separate existence to talk about. So you can't say, I'm having a bad relationship with my shadow, I want a new shadow, I want to divorce this shadow, I want to marry another shadow. You cannot say that. That itself is very funny. And so therefore what? So therefore, Devanam Prabhavaha, Devanam Udbhavascha. So Prabhava and Udbhava here means the one that is manifest as the universe, but one that is unaffected by the universe. This is something we have to really, really see. And that's why Maharshihi, the all-knowing being, the all-knowing being that lends its knowingness, that lends its beingness to everything that is existent and to everything that is sentient. It lends its knowingness and beingness and its limitlessness to everything without becoming any one of them. That's why it is still Maharshihi, the all-seeing one, the all-knowing one, the one that knows everything generally, Sarvajnaha and Sarvavit, the one who knows everything specifically, like all the intricacies of all the subject matter of all the disciplines and all the languages, that Yaha, the one who knows. And who is this? One more name is given, Rudraha. Vishwa. So three qualifications to this being: Vishwadhipaha, Maharshihi, and Rudraha. Rudra we have seen. Rudra means the one who what? The one who cries, the one who makes one cry, not one who cries, the one who makes one cry, And, I have told you, the word Rudra means hanky Bhagavan, Bhagavan in the form of Karma Phala Data. So first Bhagavan pinches and makes you cry. And then what? Rudanam Dravayati, the one who makes all the crying go away. First Rodayati, and then what? Rudanam Dravayati, the one who chases away the tears by offering you a hanky. When you surrender, you get a nice soft muslin hanky to wipe your eyes and to go forward in samsara, to learn to move forward in samsara without becoming affected. This is Bhagavan. So very important here, because the connection between Devanam Prabhavaha cha Udbhavascha, the manifestation of this whole universe is infallible because of the law of karma. The law of karma itself is infallible. Bhagavan is not making a mistake and giving you at any time somebody else's karma. So when confronted with a karma, you cannot say, you know what, this belongs to this side neighbor. How come I am getting it? It should belong to the neighbor. It's not my karma. Somehow mistakenly it has come. No. Mistakenly you can pick up somebody else's laundry, from the dry cleaners. Mistakenly something else, you can go to Starbucks and you can pick up somebody else's order. Somebody ordered some kind of a coffee, double latte, and you ordered something else, triple latte. You only got double. you know that you can say that was a mistake, and then you can get a new one, whatever it is. Ultimately, from the standpoint of Bhagavan, even that's not a mistake. That is again your karma, correct? Yeah, so mistakenly perhaps some article can get mislaid or exchanged. Karma can never get exchanged because it's paramarthika on that level. On that level, sorry, not paramarthika. It's based on Paramatma. It's Paramatma's law and Bhagavan's law. And since it is Bhagavan's law, there is no exchanges, and there is no, you cannot also say, I should have got more punya, but I have been shortchanged. I only got, $5,000 in the lottery ticket. I should have got 5 million. No. Or you can't, it goes both ways. For papa and punya, you cannot say I have been shortchanged and I should have got more, or I have got too much papa. Some of it belongs to the, next generation. You cannot say that. So that's why it is called Rudra, the one who is the chastiser, who appears like the chastiser to the one who is untrained, to the untrained mind, the mind that is not yet trained in the knowledge, received through the teacher, received through the guru and the shastra. The mind that is not trained is going to look at Bhagavan and get scared. I mean, what to talk of, anybody whose mind is not trained. Even after listening to 10 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was quaking in the 11th chapter, confronted with this Rudra, aspect of Bhagavan, this manifestation, where he saw in the 11th chapter, Bhagavan's mouth was like a fiery vacuum cleaner. It was just siphoning off, Lelihyase grasamanam samantat. It was Bhagavan's tongue in the form of the tongues of fire were sweeping up all the baddies of the universe. Everybody who had broken the law, everybody who had, caused hurt and himsa to everyone, all the terrorists, all the ones who had caused even the slightest of pain, they were just being siphoned off. And they tried to save themselves once they were in the mouth, by catching hold of Bhagavan's teeth and dangling from the teeth, And this is what Duryodhana and all of them, they were hanging between the teeth of the Lord, and because they were trying to stop the karmic onslaught of those fires, siphoning them off. And Arjuna was looking at it and quaking because of this non-understanding of this whole karma phala, satyam, mithya, all this connection. And so he weeps, he cries, he's sweating, he's dry-mouthed, and and then he's had enough. He says that, Bhitam, I'm full of fear, Pravyathita aham, I'm complete. Pravyathita means I'm totally afflicted. And I am completely gone. I can't even think. Please, Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrahastam, you please come back to your form with a nice crown and with the flute and with the chakra and the shankha, all the insignia of Mahavishnu and Lord Krishna. You come back in that Saumya Vapur Mahatma. You please become Saumya Vapuhu. Saumya means like a cool, wonderful, beautiful form. Please come back to that form. Please come back to that form, and then you can. I can look at you again. I cannot bear this. He could not bear it even after having instruction with Lord Krishna himself as the Guru. What to talk of the rest of humankind? Huh? Because that, if that understanding is not there, Bhagavan becomes some kind of a chastiser, some kind of a fear-producing, being. And this is something which, is got an abiding presence in the, in all the religions, even in the Hindu tradition, many people go to temple because uh, God will be offended, as though Bhagavan has no other work than to be offended. But this is the colloquial, understanding of the masses, a non-understanding rather. So this is how they think Bhagavan will be offended. So quickly go to the temple, and you've done something wrong. So Bhagavan will be mad at you. I mean, it requires a lot of emotional maturity to think that, to see that whenever you say Bhagavan is angry with you, you are just projecting your own issues, unresolved issues with authority. Unresolved issues with authority is being projected forward, and so therefore what? Therefore, this has to be resolved. And in that, that resolution is important. And that resolution is alone called settling accounts with Bhagavan. Facing those issues for what they are, rather than projecting them constantly on Bhagavan, you face them. You be brave and face them means accept them for what they are. And so therefore, the Bhagavan doesn't become like a scapegoat of your own frustrations and your own issues. And so this is what is here, Rudra. Rudra here means for the unresolved mind, the one who appears as a great chastiser. For the untrained mind, the unresolved mind, and for a mind that is for an unvedantic mind. I've never used the word unvedantic before, first time. So, unvedantic mind, for the mind that is not steeped in the teachings, for the mind that is not introduced to the teachings, it will remain, Bhagavan will remain as a great chastiser. This is what the whole thing is. And, it's very unfortunate. Like I said, a lot of, what is it called, religions also operate on that. A lot of religions operate on this assumption that God will get angry, you have to listen, and if you don't listen, Bhagavan will get very angry, and then will hail some brimstones and whatnot, and then will give you punishment. So here the punishment is not coming from Bhagavan in the Hindu tradition. If we can call it punishment, that chastising is your own doing. Oh, my own doing? I am chastising myself? Definitely. When? Well, what did I do? Whenever you go against dharma, it's a law. It's a clean law. There is no individual sitting with a whip. Yeah, there is no guy in the sky coming down and, raining some hail, firestones on you. No, not at all. It's your own actions, and every action has a result. This is a law, and the law also is that any action that is in tandem with dharma, with what is right, will have an effect that will give you a comfortable situation in the here and now, and perhaps even in the hereafter, either in the now or in the hereafter. And anytime you go against dharma, which is really the truth of yourself, that dharma is also manifest in your heart. So whenever you go against your best self, really, your most ethical, your most, evolved self, when you go against that self, what happens? Atmaiva ripuhu atmanaha, you become your own worst enemy, and you flout the very laws that you have enshrined as something useful to lead the life by. And as a result, what happens? You bear the consequences of uncomfortable situations either in the here or in the hereafter. So you see, this is a very big difference. So now who is this Rudra? Karma phala data. Your own karma wraps it up into a gift wrap, which you're afraid to open. That's all it is, because we don't know what is contained in that. So the one who gift wraps the karma is called Rudra. To the untrained mind, the chastiser. To the trained mind, the one who wipes the eyes with the hanky of compassion. See, the same word, Rudra, is from the standpoint of the immature, emotionally immature mind, and then the one who is, the one who translates as the chastiser is the emotionally immature mind, and the one who translates as the one who is the wiper of the tears of samsara is what is called, the trained mind, or the emotionally evolved or matured mind. Vishwadipo Rudro Maharshi. So it's very beautiful. So this is this is the thing, and then the next two lines are very, very nice. We could not get to them today. I thought I would finish this verse, but never happens how how we go about this. Never happens. Whatever we plan doesn't happen, and so we will continue with this, I think, in the next week. Correct? We have another class on next Tuesday, and we will continue with that. Okay? All right. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. What does a check mark against your name mean? That means you have passed the test. Where is Kavita today? She didn't get the notice, or she had something else to do? Oh, thank you. Any questions? Okay. See you all tomorrow for Kathopanishad.